Regular City Council meeting of August 20th to order. Ms. Cassandra.
Mayor David Romero,
Here.
Councilor Marvin Martinez,
Present.
Councilor Barbara Casey,
Here.
Councilor Michael Montoya,
President.
Councilor David Ulivari.
Here.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We do have a quorum.
Thank you. At this time, I know I saw in the audience Representative Anita Gonzalez, if you don't mind us leading us in the pledge.
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Councilor Casey, a moment of silence.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Today, let us give thanks for the progress that we have made this year for our city. We are moving along very well, fast, and providing services for the community. And we're very happy that we've been able to do that. It's a blessing to be able to do the work of the council, the mayor, and all the employees. We have really outstanding employees in every department, and we are blessed for that. So let us give thanks to our Creator for the many blessings that He has bestowed upon us. Amen.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, approval of the agenda.
Councilors, I have a couple of recommendations that you might want to consider. First off, I know I had an appointment, listed on the agenda. We'll go ahead and remove that. I had some discussion and, the individual, reached out to me and thanked me for the consideration, and I want to say that I did ask this individual, prior, but now that, we're in a different situation, she said that she was very grateful for the thought, and we'll just move forward. Also, if we could remove a presentation by Mr. Travis Martinez. He needs more information on that. And another recommendation, if we could move item 15 to right before the business items. You got those changes, Ms. Cassandra?
Item, executive session, item 14 and 15.
14, yeah, 14 and 15, sorry about that, yes. Moving item 14 and 15 to before the business items.
Got it.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve the suggestions that you have just mentioned.
Second. Motion by Councilor Casey, second by Councilman Martinez. Mr. Mayor. Discussion?
Yeah, on your appointment today to the Finance Committee, I'm the chair of the Finance Committee, and I have 4 members there that have been appointed by Mayor and Council. And thank God that, I've never had to break a tie. But we're not there to vote. We're as non-voting members, as council members. But if the permission of Mayor and Council, if the committee, if I could ask the committee to make recommendations for another member, I don't know if there's any objections to that.
If you don't mind, Councilor, doing that, and I'll also ask the council if you have any other recommendations. I'll take those into consideration for the next meeting. Okay. So yeah, if you can ask the committee to give some recommendations.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Roll call.
Councilor Montoya,
Yes.
Councilor Ulivari,
Yes.
Councilor Casey,
Yes.
Councilor Martinez.
Yes.
I have a motion by Councilor Casey, a second by Councilor Martinez. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Motion carries. Moving on to our next item, public input. We do have one individual signed up for public input this evening, not to exceed 3 minutes. We have Ms. Sally Witters. She's speaking on business item 10, which is the MOU on Community Garden.
Welcome, Ms. Witters.
Good evening, everybody. I'm here to talk about the community garden. I think it's a wonderful idea that garden would be a quiet, relaxing place for the residents of Las Vegas to enjoy our fine weather and relax and meet each other and, the multiple generations of the family. And it gives them an opportunity to grow vegetables, which will help keep everybody healthy, and you share your excess with others. I understand we have a fine tree board here, and they have a list of trees that they have gone through, and some of them have been planted in the Plaza Park that will do well in the community area. And I can suggest for the community that perhaps the board consider planting an example tree and putting signage so residents could say, oh, I'm thinking about planting a tree. Let's go look at these two and see which one we like the best. That it could serve a purpose as kind of a resource for trees. And my last idea is, as a historic community with many houses and yards, that this is a trailing, cascading geranium that I have propagated. I'll be happy to, at the community garden, teach anybody who wants to learn propagation, that if each of our historic districts chooses a color that, like, well, this one's red, that one's white, that you would know from the geraniums cascading down from the porches, or like from Carnegie Library with our high foundation, that it would give you an idea, oh, I've just gone from one historic district into the other. So I am very happy to see an active community garden. And I think it's a great location down there by the train station for our tourist visitors, just to give them a place to relax and say, oh, what a nice place Las Vegas is. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. That concludes public input. Our next item is mayor's appointments, reports, recognitions, proclamations.
I think I gave the most updated report that I had last week. But I just, because we do have a long agenda, I'll go ahead and forego my report this week.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Moving on to our councilors' reports.
Councilors.
Mayor, just
Councilor Casey.
very quickly, I just want to thank the wonderful employees that we have in our city. It doesn't matter what the issue is, they are always ready to help. They are Johnny on the spot no matter what. And I think that we should thank them and recognize them for their wonderful work every time that we get a chance, because they certainly deserve it. They work very hard, and I'm proud to know them all, and I'm proud to be there to call them up with questions and concerns, and they always have a quick response, and I appreciate that very much. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Councilors.
Mr. Mayor.
Councilman Ulibarri.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Mr. City Manager, I know that we've been working on the elms and weeds around the city, Ward 1, Ward 2, almost all the wards. But what we're looking at is the elms and the weeds that are growing around the stop signs. There's a lot of areas that need to be cut, or need to be take the trees off, or whatever you can do. Have your director look at that, sir. And I just want to thank the staff for the great job they're doing, the whole staff. Thank you, sir.
Councilman Montoya.
Yeah, this last Saturday, we had a Ward cleanup, Ward 2 cleanup, and our city manager, our mayor, and our solid waste director, Mr. Marquez, was present, and we probably had about 80 employees. It was very successful. A lot of people went and cleaned up their yards, and they usually do year-round. I got to say, I got to thank them, my constituents, because they do a good job about cleaning their yards. We still have problems in the alleys, though, where constituents need to take care of half of the alley behind their homes. That's according to ordinance. But you know what? I had some prominent customers that I greeted up there at the solid waste, and they told me, you know what, Councilman, this place has turned around in the last 2-3 months. What's going on? And I pointed the finger to our director over there, you know, and with all due respect and credit, you know, Mr. Lopez also contribute to that change. Everyone can dump their trash, furniture, mattresses, tires, the whole works, 5.5 days a week now. And the facility is open on regular hours. Saturdays for those that can't go throw the trash during the week. Staff is amazing up there. They're all respectful. They greet you. It's amazing. It's amazing the things that have happened there in the short time. And not only there, in other departments as well. There's a trend that's going on that, you know, I think employees and directors are really, really focusing on the fact that we are public servants. We serve the public, and the city belongs to the public. So even in answering the phone and stuff like that, a lot of change has happened. So I just want to say thank you to our solid waste staff up there, and I appreciate all that you guys are doing. We still have Ward 3 and Ward 4 to go the next 2 weekends. And to the community, this is an opportunity for you to go and throw your trash. Just take your utilities receipts with you and make sure it's tarped, and you'll be successful again. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and thank you, Mr. City Manager.
Thank you, Mayor.
Martinez.
Yes, thank you. I just want to point out that I had a visit with City Manager yesterday. We took a ride and looked at some areas of concern, and in my ward's no different than everybody else's ward. Everybody's ward needs, you know, work and so forth, trees, weeds, everything else that goes on. But it was nice to have him come visit, and we took a ride and looked at areas that are of concern in my ward, and looking at the projects that are ongoing today, projects that have started, you know, a year ago or so with our mayor when he was a Ward 4 councilor. Up in the Crestone area, we've got some projects that are starting on 7th and Douglas, curb replacement right there. So there's a lot of things that have taken place, you know, the University Street project that went on. And I got to give all that credit to these guys because, you know, like Arnold, he's been there to make sure that those projects get funded and taken care of. And I know they're working hard to take care of things. So to all the directors that we have and chiefs, thank you for all the work you guys do. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. And Councilor Casey, you had already mentioned. I just real quick, and I forgot to say this during moment of silence. I do want to acknowledge we did lose a former firefighter, Lieutenant Antonio Gonzalez. Retired a couple years ago, I think. It's very recent. He fought a battle with cancer and passed away. And I do want to say that he did. There's a memorial for him at the firehouse on Bridge Street. So if we can just a moment of silence for Mr. Gonzalez.
Also, Mr. Mayor. Also, we also had a prominent business owner in our community that passed away, Helen Patsy Raybal. She had her business in South Pacific, an auto parts store, for a long time. Her and her husband, she passed away, and as a matter of fact, her rosary is tonight, so we keep her also in prayer, Mr. Mayor. Very involved with the community and the schools. Thank you.
A moment of silence. Thank you. Ms. Cassandra?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Our next item is Police Chief's report. We have our Police Chief, Mr. Caleb Marcus.
Chief. Good evening.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, Mr. Manager. Thank you. I'm gonna get this plugged in real quick and then I'll Start with the slideshow. So this is going to be our monthly report for the month of July. Our field operations division handed out 299 traffic citations, 1 non-traffic citation, 168 parking citations were issued, 37 arrests, 26 animal control citations, 3 burglaries for a total calls for service for the month for 1,476. Total calls for service through the communication division was 1,717. Police Department 1476, Fire Department 222, AMR 188, our Animal Control 98, City Services 17, and 785 911 calls. Our Animal Care Center, their beginning shelter count was 90 dogs, 24 cats for a total of 114. The intake from public was 30 dogs, 6 cats for a total of 36. Outgoing adoptions were 14 dogs, 5 cats for a total of 19. Outgoing transfers to other organizations, 30 dogs, no cats. Return to owner or guardian was 6 dogs. Dogs and cats euthanized, healthy was 1 dog. Unhealthy or untreatable, 2 dogs. Died or lost in shelter care was 4 dogs, 2 cats for a total of 6, with the ending shelter count of 63 dogs, 23 cats. For a total of 86. That number is slowly coming down. They have been busting at the seams lately, and we have a lot of animals on court holds right now that we're having to compensate for. So they're doing an excellent job of managing those numbers there. They also participated with the Fiesta booth and distributed microchip coupons and information regarding the upcoming spay and neuter services and other relevant details for the shelter. Also, we've been pushing to get another citywide spay and neuter clinic going. The company was unavailable in August. It looks hopefully, if everything falls into place, October we'll be doing another spay and neuter clinic that's open to the community again at a low cost. Our information division, they closed out 105 offense incident reports, 35 traffic reports, 494 traffic citations. They attended to 122 customers and scanned 332 documents and completed 32 IPRA requests from the city. Our street crimes division, they had 13 cases assigned, 60 self-initiated cases, 3 arrests, 5 search warrants, and closed 16 cases. For evidence that was entered in, they had 92 cases entered in. A total of 181 items were turned in. 7 items of property were released. We seized 3 firearms, 2 grams of methamphetamine, 4.5 Suboxone strips, 1 gram of fentanyl pills, 1 gram of cocaine, 1 gram of marijuana, and we sent out 16 cases to the New Mexico labs and processed 632 items for IPRA requests. They also conducted background investigations for 6 of the Las Vegas Police Department officer applicants that we had this month, and they completed those backgrounds as well. We had 5 informational travels for the month of July. We had 2 police officer cadets that are still continuing to attend the academy in Santa Fe. We had 1 detective attend a response to resistance training for our use of force. 2 information specialists attended a webinar, command and records unit, and 2 police officers attended the field training officer program. Our recruitment has been up, and a huge thank you to, of course, all the incentives that have been done, the support from our council and our city, our recruiters being out there and attracting people and going out, making these events happen. Just a big thank you to them. We had 9 applicants that were interested in our vacant police officers, 8 uncertified and 1 certified officer. We had 3 applicants interested in our communication specialist, 2 interested in animal control positions, and 4 applicants for information specialist. And I think it's important to note too, it's not just at the PD, just across the city as a whole. A huge thank you to everybody. Our orientations are amazing and see 13, 14 people every 2 weeks coming in to work for the city. So it's been awesome to see. Our community events, we had 137, we participated in the 137th annual Fiestas de Las Vegas, traffic control for the 4th of July fireworks display, the Rough Rider motorcycle rally, Vision of Love back to school event, and our Friday night al frescoes that take place every Friday. And we're going to look at our vacancies, but of course these numbers are from July. But if you look behind me here, we have William Jeffrey, Aaron Gallegos, Keith Smiley, Xavier Sandoval, Steven Sandoval, and Nicholas Apodaca, and they're all our new hires that started this month with us as uncertified police officers. So they're going to be undergoing the in-service training and FTO program, and then they'll be going to the academy hopefully now in January. So they did attend the meeting tonight as well.
So Chief, if they don't mind just standing, and,
Of course.
all right. Well, thank you.
So our vacancy numbers, they're not going to be accurate, of course, with the recruits that we have hired. And we are testing again on Friday. If anybody's interested in coming, or anybody wants to come out and test, we have an open test day Friday, and we're looking to get these positions filled. We have 3 left until our promotional process takes place. So our numbers for police officers not going to be at 7, of course. But 23 vacancies, what we're showing next month will reflect a lower number for sure. And that concludes my report.
First off, Chief, I just want to, thank you for, you and your staff for making the effort in recruitment. And I think you said it best, is this governing body has really in the past, 2 years really made an effort to make sure that we pay our officers, a good amount. And then I think that has helped the recruitment. And it's good to see, this many, men, coming out and wanting to be a part of the police department too. So thank you guys, every single one of you guys. I know that, there, probably 2 years ago, there was a lot of vacancies. So this updated numbers are good to hear. And thank you to our city manager, our HR, our PIO, everybody that's making an effort to really get the word out and make an effort. And like you said, not just in PD, but all over the city. So thank you guys. Councilors, I don't know if you guys have anything to add to the report?
Happy.
There's one more thing, if I could add, that I wanted to talk about tonight is, of course, expanding the police department and creating other divisions. It's something that we've been doing with our crime suppression units. We have already had bike patrol for a number of years. We have some specialty units investigations within the PD. But one specialty unit that I talked with the city manager about and we had a good conversation on was our open spaces, our infrastructure, our critical infrastructure, our water, wastewater, city parks, river walk, airport areas are often overlooked and unpatrolled. We had a conversation of creating an open space officer program where we could have officers who regularly maintain those, and that'll be their assignment, is to oversee our critical infrastructure for the city. And also providing that safety at our city parks, our river walk, and a consistent person that's there to monitor and patrol on a regular basis. And more into the future, coming into that, I would like to create that division moving forward with the city and give officers another career path and avenue to explore. So that was a big part of that. And I did pull the numbers for the hires. In 2024 and 2025, we've hired, I believe it was 18 new hires for the police department. So just once again, thank you.
Councilman Martinez, if you have something.
Well, I just want to say thank you, to you, Chief, and, of course, your staff. You got people that want to serve our community, and it's not an easy job to be able to go out there and do that. Thank God there's people like you out there so that you can help keep our community safe and take care of us. And we do appreciate that. Thanks a lot for everything you do.
Mr. Mayor. Yeah, I want to thank you all for choosing the city of Las Vegas to come and work for. It's going to be the best place to come and work for. I see the new employees that we've hired in the last 2 months, and, I mean, they're all pumped up. And rightfully so. I mean, they have good leadership, and there's a lot of goals to achieve. But I thank you for putting your job on the line, for protecting our citizens and our community. And Chief, you're absolutely right, and you hit the nail on the head. Our parks and the Riverwalk and so forth all need to be protected also. It's all property of the citizens of Las Vegas. Gallinas River, we see a lot of motorcycles up and down, and there's kids there, and there's older folks that are walking that trail. That something's going to happen someday, because those kids, and I know we need more signing, and more probably traps so bikes don't get in there. But even our regular parks, there's people that are going in there and doing stuff they shouldn't be doing at night or after hours. So, I mean, I'm glad that you're going to start some kind of a program to address all those issues. And even our city hall coming by, protecting, making sure that everything's okay. All our government buildings, there's a lot of investment. So we want to keep it that way. The Rodriguez Park is another one that we were having a lot of problems with a couple of years ago, and we went and did some fencing and some Jersey barriers and so forth. A lot of destruction was happening. So I'm glad you're working towards that in your department. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Everybody.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Chief, I know that the school just started operating, both schools, and what I'm looking at is I got some complaints about people are stopping, not making complete stop signs. They're running over the stop sign. They're going around. They're speeding. I know that your officers are doing a good job in taking care of them. I know that when the school starts, everybody's in a hurry. So if you have some time, and have your officers take a look at that and go from there. Everything's running smooth, but we always got to look at that. We got to protect our children, and then go from there.
Yes, sir. And on that one, we do our school patrols in the morning. Each officer picks a school, and we monitor traffic and assist with crossing. We're going to adjust our manpower, possibly bringing in some of our community service aides earlier in the morning to assist with those duties, so the officers could monitor those areas where speeding and not stopping at the stop signs are taking place at.
Thank you. Another thing that they brought up to me is the crosswalks. Some of the crosswalks are they're not paved, or they're not marked, and people are crossing over, and they're not using the crosswalks. And that's kind of dangerous for our citizens, our kids. So maybe our city manager can take a look at that, or our directors can take a look at that and go from there.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Chief, just one last thing, Chief. I know with these new hires, do you have just, so for the community to, understand? I know at one point, sometimes, depending on, officers do, have emergencies or they're sick. It was two to three officers on patrol a night, and now with these new men that have joined the city of Las Vegas, do you have a plan about how many, just about how many per?
So right now we have some crews, of course, with we have 2 in the academy right now. We were at 4-man crews. With this number of staffing, we should be pushing consistent 5-man crews across every shift. So and we're looking at maintaining those numbers, hopefully keeping a good staffing level up and providing a more service, because it'll give us options to assign officers to district, also have officers assigned to traffic specifically in a shift. We're going to continue our operations and with our TSB grants and some of the own internal operations that we've been conducting to curb crime. So it's going to help out a lot. It's going to be a big benefit.
Thank you, Chief.
Mr. Mayor?
Mr. City Manager.
Mr. Mayor, if I could, I just want to say thank you to Chief and Deputy Chief and all the officers. Welcome to those new officers here, and just articulate that Chief Marcus is a team player and continues to work alongside his fellow department heads and men and women alike to advance the needs of the city of Las Vegas. And so along with the clerk and everyone else, it's It's exciting to work with them, and it's new challenges and new opportunities. I would also say that the partnership that the police department, fire department, and our public safety team do in coordination with state police, in coordination with the district attorney, San Miguel County, and all players, federal, state, and local, is very top-notch and excellent. And so I just wanted to point that out for the public. And thank you, Chief, for your report and your ongoing efforts with your whole team and your partnership with the collective team of the city.
Thank you, Mr. Manager.
Mayor, next on the agenda is our finance report. We have our finance director, Mr. Morris Madrid.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Tonight's finance report, very routine, very boring. Our budgets are new and full, and our activity has been what it is at the beginning of every year, kind of slow and steady. I normally report to you any anomalies, areas of concern, things that look out of line. For the month of July, we don't have any. So rather than flipping through all the pages, I would just stand for any questions. I do have some other items to disclose and to discuss with you regarding the finance department itself and our operations.
Councilors, any questions?
This report was presented to the Finance Committee along with the audit report. There were minimal questions on the budget report itself. There were some questions on individual transactions. The committee did receive a similar report from me that you all did from Chris Garner of our audit firm. And I did go through the audit report in a little more detail regarding the opinion letters, the reports on internal control, and the findings at the end. So all that was presented to the Finance Committee. What I do have to report to you this evening is we did submit our budget request on time by midnight on July 31st. It was received by DFA on time. There were a few questions regarding carryover amounts in different funds. They usually request additional information or justification in our Law Enforcement Protection Fund and some of the carryover amounts regarding the balances in the governing body and other money that was not spent and carried over during the year. Those questions were resolved, and our budget was approved and accepted on August 13th. I mentioned that date because the process normally takes at least a month, and it was very, very quick this year. I'm not sure whether it was because of our analyst or because we got in first or it was simple, but that is some very good news. So now that that's done, we're shifting our focus and our efforts into the audit of the just past fiscal year. I can report that the audit contract that you all approved at the last meeting was accepted and approved by the state auditor. So now we can actually begin formal work. The entrance conference is scheduled for Monday morning. That's where the audit firm meets with our chief elected official and our chief administrator to go over obligations on both sides. They are obligated to review certain records. We are obligated to provide all records and cooperate in every way. Those will be defined in an entrance conference and document on Monday. We are already receiving requests and submitting information to the auditors so that they can start picking their samples and getting started a lot earlier. Last year, we didn't get an approved contract until October. And we're going to be more proactive in working with our auditors this year. And I think we may be bothering them more than they bother us. But I think it'll result in a good audit. This year's audit will be a little more complicated because of the emergency event that we had in June of 2024. We're going to have a lot more transactions that were done using the emergency clause outside of normal processes. We do have that documentation all in place, but it may take a little more review on their part because of the amounts, the dollar amounts involved. But we'll keep our manager and our mayor updated as we go along, and of course the governing body as we can. So that's going to be our focus, along with, I just want to mention that I did make contact with Mr. Jonas Armstrong, who's in our audience. I met him today. We had spoken on the phone. I'll be working with him in doing reimbursements or making payments directly in regard to the construction of the water treatment plant. So we will develop those relationships and those procedures as we go along, and they'll all be within normal laws and regulations and within our working agreement. So we'll be working on that. That concludes my comments and report. If there's any other questions, I'll stand for them now.
Okay, no. Councilors?
Mr. Mayor.
Councilman Montoya.
You know, I'm going to harp on this again. You know, I think that we still need to get the interest rate from the local government investment pool and pull it out and put it in a separate account and utilize it for whatever mayor and council decides to do with that money. Even if it's creating a pool for future disasters so that we're prepared, or for projects that FEMA is not able to reimburse, or fundings that we need to get into our coffers to get going with our water system. And then the other thing is on the RFP with our local banks. Again, that RFP is coming up pretty soon for renewal, and I think that one needs to be to where we should be getting at least the 4% of interest rate on that funds instead of the 2%. And again, Mr. Mayor and Council, 2 years ago, we were getting like, I don't know, 0.5%, something like that. But our last administration the finance department renegotiated that RFP, and I think we're at 2%. And I think it could be a lot higher, Mr. City Manager, and we could be getting a lot more interest rate on that funds.
Understood, Councilor. I think that would be a good topic for discussion and direction that I could discuss with the manager, and we could take forth to the Finance Committee for recommendation, because the apparent buyout of the Southwest Capital Bank apparently is not going to happen. So since we will have more than one bank, that is a policy, is something that should be placed in policy and should not be discretionary by the manager, or the finance director, or a single person. It should be a policy that directs that activity. You're absolutely right.
Well, if we need to create a policy, or you need to create a policy, or the manager needs to create a policy, let's do it. Because, we're losing out. At the end of the day, the city of Las Vegas and its citizens are losing out. It's the same thing as you, Mr. Madrid, if you had $10 million and you put them under a rock. I think you'd want to get good interest out of that money. So I'm just saying we're missing out. And we should be getting a lot more so we can, pave streets or whatever the priorities are. But there's money to be made. And thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Mayor, thank you. Councilman Ulibarri.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Manager. Mr. Madrid, how are you controlling your licensing fees? Say that somebody comes in and gets a license for the city, they come in like in the middle of January. Do you go all the way through the other January, or do you give them a license for so many months till I think in July, that's when all the businesses get the license? Do you do that, or how do you control that?
We don't, we actually just accept it and record it. We don't control the licensing process. That's done through community development. So we ensure that it's deposited properly and put in the right account, but we're not part of the renewal process at all.
You don't.
No, that's in community development.
Mr. Manager?
Mr. Mayor, Mr. Madrid, I know that there was some questions that came up relative to some of the carryover specifically related to mayor and council. Could you speak to that briefly?
Yes, those amounts at the end of the year, right at the end of the year, up until the end, we are paying from amounts that had been encumbered and should be charged to the previous fiscal year. If they were not, then they had to be carried over and charged to the current fiscal year. It doesn't affect the budget availability. Whatever is carried over is added to the fiscal year '26 amount. So we had to do some of those things for the current year. And those have been adjusted and corrected.
That's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Madrid. And thank you to the Finance Committee and your staff.
Mr. Mayor, next item on the agenda, presentations, not to exceed 10 to 15 minutes. We have a presentation by Mr. Fred Lopez, LOI Engineers, regarding the comprehensive master plan proposal.
Mr. Marcus, did you want to?
Council, may I approach real quick before we start? Good evening, Mayor, Council. As per our city attorney advised, I go ahead and just go over a little brief history of how we came to this point with the LOI. So we did go through the process of an RFP, 21 days out for RFP processes. We did come across two proposers. As we interviewed, we did get some votes through the proper methods. We wound up with the voting methods. They were pretty close in scoring. But then again, we decided to go ahead and talk to them ourselves one more time. We felt confident with LOI coming in and coming forward. So we brought them to council for approval of a contract with them, and we received that last council session. So today I wanted to bring them forward to introduce themselves and give a little bit of a presentation of what they showed us and see how we can move forward with the process of you individually meeting them all one at a time so we could get started on this master plan. I just wanted to make sure I put that on the record. Is that okay, Councilor?
Yeah, and Mayor, Council, if I may, the reason we wanted to do that, I just wanted to make sure that it was clear it had already been awarded, right? They weren't presenting on an open RFP, right? So we wanted to make that clear on the record for you all to be aware that they've already been awarded, and so there's no issues with a presentation on an open RFP.
Thank you, Counselor.
So without further delay, sir, I'll go ahead and have them come up and start the presentation.
All right. Good evening and welcome.
Good evening. Thank you very much for having us. We're super excited to kick off this process for the comprehensive master plan rewrite. Just to quickly introduce some of the team members that arrived with me today. So in the back is Gabe Ortega. He's our Vice President for Operations out of our Clovis office. And then Sam Schulte, he's one of the planners out of our El Paso and Las Cruces office. So to kick off this process, and again, thank you, Lucas, and Scott also, it's been great really learning about the community and starting to talk about the planning process that the city's been doing, a lot of the great initiatives that are going on and what's yet to come. So part of this presentation today was just to really briefly let you know the members of our team, also the expertise that we're bringing to this process moving forward.
Mr. Lopez, I know I have your name, but just for the record, or those viewing, online, just for the record, your name?
Yes, sir. So my name's Fred Lopez,
Okay.
and I'm with LOI Engineers.
Thank you.
Thank you. So this is the team that will be working on this project. I'll serve as the project manager. Nate Baker will serve as our deputy project manager. Really important to our team is that we have Mr. Chad Leidick out of our Clovis office. Initially looking at the comprehensive plan process and some of the issues, we wanted to make sure we also had a lens of environmental and engineering supporting this effort. And then part of our team includes Friesen Nichols, Chance Sparks. He's one of the project managers out of Friesen Nichols. They bring the national lens in terms of issues related to planning and engineering. And we work with them on numerous projects throughout Texas and New Mexico, and currently working on several right now. And then one of the things we like to also incorporate in the team is a land use and legal expertise in terms of planning. So Kim Mickelson brings that expertise in terms of her knowledge both of planning and land use. And then our team also includes Travis James. He's an economic development consultant. And so he also brings a perspective of economic development in terms of citywide, certain areas of town, downtown economic revitalization. So we're really excited to bring that expertise as well. And this is just the project team overview in terms of how we collaborate. As I mentioned, we're working on several projects already together. So this team kind of brings that cohesiveness on other projects we worked on. So one of the things that we like to talk about is our focus on client services. Most of the team members have served both in the public sector and private sector. So we really feel like we've been in your shoes. We've lived those experiences, and the recommendations and the dialogue we'll have are common sense, are grounded in that lens of knowing the environment and making sure that we're bringing forward best practices that also work well within the community. Important item for comprehensive plans are the engagement. How to make sure that residents are part of this process. Post-COVID, it is a lot harder to bring people to the public process. So, we've been very successful in other projects of just making sure that we're reaching all segments of the community in terms of the planning process. Again, we wanted to make sure that we had a multidisciplinary team in our approach of many of the topics of planning and engineering. And also, many of us are involved with APA, the American Planning Association. We serve on a lot of committees and boards, so we bring that lens of, ensuring that we are bringing best practices in terms of national, state, and local planning issues. And then one of the things that we also specialize in is alignment of the comprehensive plan with the city's CIP and strategic planning processes. So, we're excited to see how potentially tying those together and ensuring that, funds that you're investing in your capital plan can be aligned with the comprehensive plan, and that we can also support the city in setting up strategies for future capital planning, because in the end, a lot of capital planning is what implements the comprehensive plan. So just a little bit about our company. So we're based out of El Paso, Texas, and we have offices in Las Cruces and Clovis, New Mexico. We are over 60 employees. So we bring that lens of planners and engineers, and we've done quite a bit of work throughout New Mexico, including Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, Socorro, Truth or Consequences, and then on the eastern side of the state, Clovis, Portales, Roswell, Carlsbad, Ruidoso, as well. So wanted to also let you know that we bring that strong New Mexico presence. For myself, I have 24 years of planning experience. Out of those, 18 years were in public sector experience. And so that includes serving in numerous positions in zoning, comprehensive planning, and capital planning. So we wanted to, ensure you that we're bringing that public sector knowledge as well. We do quite a work with the city of Las Cruces in terms of looking at their codes. So we recently supported City of Las Cruces in revising their zoning and subdivision code rewrites, and we also have supported them in implementing their capital improvement program. So these photos here are a capital planning retreat that we had last year. We've worked with them for several years now, and just ensuring that the planning lens and also that strategic investment with their capital plan fits well. Right now, we're working with the city of FAR in the Rio Grande Valley of Texas, and just looking at those innovative ways of engaging residents. So we've had community fairs. We made sure that we went to areas of FAR that were traditionally not as active in the planning process, to make sure that we were getting their voice as well. And then there were even issues such as the council wanted to look at some collaboration between the planning department and the fire department in terms of their street cross-sections. So we help support meetings where departments could get together and collaborate and find solutions and incorporate those in the comprehensive plan. So Leidig Engineers is our Clovis office, and Chad Leidig is our engineer. So we are bringing that lens. He has decades of experience in terms of flood mitigation, engineering, and other aspects of New Mexico. And so he will be supporting us as well. And then Friesen Nichols, Chance Sparks, he has, and I apologize that the text underneath these few slides isn't showing up, but he has 22 years of planning experience, including 15 years serving in the public sector as well. So the team really is bringing that multidisciplinary lens. And Friesen Nichols is over 1,000 employees and is also a multidisciplinary firm as well. So Kim Mickelson, she has 35 years of experience, including 18 years of public sector experience. And she's not only an attorney, but also a planner. So she helps support us and make sure that we're in conformance with New Mexico state laws as it pertains to planning and other aspects of land use. And then Travis has 22 years of economic development experience with clients throughout Texas. He also has worked in New Mexico and brings that collaboration of ensuring that economic development is incorporated in the comprehensive plan, whether that's job creation, whether that's honing in on the economic profile that the city is trying to create for the community. So what are the next phases? We'll be kicking off with Lucas and Scott the phase 1, which is research and analysis. That's really getting to understand the city's existing plans, its existing priorities, and also defining what engagement and communication will look like. This is also getting to know the city departments because a lot of departments touch the comprehensive plan in terms of various chapters that are in it. And again, the comprehensive plan is really that 10-year outlook. What is the vision, the goals that you want this community to be within the next years and beyond? We'll also collect a lot of data about the community and start assessing the framework of the city's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, constraints. Phase 2 will then begin the community vision and alignment, and that's really reaching out to communities, to community residents, reaching out to stakeholders, and that can be business, that could be nonprofits, to further hone in issues. That involves one-on-one meetings with departments, with counselors, and really starting to hone in on priorities and that vision. And then we'll start then identifying those areas, because in the end, we also want to have a plan that develops metrics. The last thing we want is a plan that will be shelved and not usable for the community. So it's to start aligning with metrics and implementation strategies to ensure that there's utilization of that plan moving forward. And then phase 3 will be drafting the plan components. So those include urban form, population and housing, economic development, community facilities, infrastructure, transportation, land use, downtown, neighborhood planning. We'll be working with Lucas and Scott to really hone in these chapters, but that'll start then really locking in those vision, recommendations, and implementation strategies for many of those topics. And then phase 4 will be implementation, focusing on how within the framework of the city of Las Vegas, can we ensure that the comprehensive plan works for you in terms of implementation strategies, both for elected officials, appointed officials, city leadership, and departments, to ensure that the plan works within that framework. And then we'll also be creating metrics in a dashboard that allow the city to continue looking at those implementation strategies. And then finally will be the deliverables, the final review and revisions of the plan, and then the adoption process that we'll work with Lucas and Scott on for the final adoption of the plan. So just a few things that we'll touch on. It's quality of life. In 2025, things are changing quite rapidly in terms of cities and where people are choosing to live, how cities are competing, the economic profiles of communities. And so this is really to leverage, what are the ways that we can really enhance and build upon Las Vegas's strengths to leverage investment and improve quality of life for residents. Resiliency, how can we look at economic and environmental sustainability? A lot of cities are really leaning towards economic development and tying it to planning in terms of being ready for, how quickly things are changing in housing markets and economic development, how communities are competing against each other for residents and jobs. And then Las Vegas, it has so many strengths in its unique identity. We've really enjoyed just the time today and our last visit of really getting to know Las Vegas, and there's so many strengths. So really building upon those in the comprehensive plan moving forward. There's a great story to tell. We want to make sure that the comprehensive plan tells a story not only of the unique identity, but all of the efforts going on here at the city. We've quickly learned about all the amazing initiatives here at the city. And we want to make sure that we tell that great story of all the work going on here with departments and with the elected officials as well. And then the timeline, this will still be honed in more with Lucas and Scott, but we're looking at kicking off the process in September, and then you'll see the phases that we talked about here. The plan will really go, full speed ahead in January for drafting the comprehensive plan elements, and then with approval in early summer into August. But again, we'll adjust this with Lucas and Scott moving forward. And then finally, one of the really, you all may experience the tough things about, today, sometimes getting residents involved. So these are a variety of the different tools that we will be working with Lucas and Scott to get impactful community engagement. All those ways that we can reach residents to ensure that they're part of this process as well. So this is, I think, the last slide. And we'll work with city staff to define and design a strategy that works for the city. And again, with the lens that that our team has worked with within the public sector environment. And so we want to, assure you that comprehensive plan will be a usable document. We'll build on any previous engagement efforts. And then really we'll work to make meetings inspiring, make meetings impactful, and then participation to ensure residents are part of this process. And then ultimately in the end, our goals are always to be transparent, to document and report back the comprehensive plan process so you feel that high level of confidence in the document that will be produced. So that concludes my presentation, and thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Lopez. First of all, I'm excited. Your team that you bring, with you to do this, to work on this plan, flood mitigation, attorneys, economic development, all things that I think, and I'm sure you're aware now, I don't know if when you first put in your RFP, but after the fire, Hermit's Peak, Calf Canyon fire, you're right, our community has changed. And the biggest part is really, I really like the public engagement, because I think our last master plan, I know we made every effort, to get everybody to the table, and, it came out and we had a lot of, projects that were done, but when they started, everybody came when everything was already all said and done. So anything that you guys could do, or, I know we're making an effort at the City of Las Vegas to really, really engage, whether it's social media, emails, whatever it is, to, for more participation. We're really making an effort. So you saying that, means a lot to us. We really want to make sure we have Highlands University, Duna Community College, all these other entities that, at the end of the day, our success in whatever we put in this plan is going to be their success also. So thank you. Go ahead, councilors. Any comments real quick, or Mr. Manager?
Mr. Mayor, members of council, Mr. Lopez, I look forward to working with your team, our team, and the collective community in this process to develop a good comprehensive plan, and with good solid action steps that we can follow through on. So that's all I have.
As well. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Sure. Basically, I like the time frame. There's so many needs for the city of Las Vegas, and I think this administration has followed some of those needs, prioritizing on economic development, bringing in newcomers for events in Las Vegas, having things to do in Las Vegas. I think we've touched a lot of lodgers tax and had a lot of events the last 3 years to bring others to our city and help our motels and so forth. Roads is one of the top things on our priorities, and we've addressed that and we're continuing to address those issues. Parks was another one on our master plan. And just to let the citizens, failure comes from a lack of planning. And I think that's in general for everyone. I think this plan, comprehensive plan, it's on our website, and anybody can go in there and look at it. And if you want a copy of it, you can come to City Hall and ask for it. It's a 48-page document. And this is input from universities, from citizens, from organizations, from nonprofits, from everybody. The city, fire, police, different departments. So it's the wish list of what you want to see your city look like in 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the road. And it gives us, mayor and council, a direction where to set this governing body and decision-making towards. So it's nothing to take lightly. I think the last one, the only thing I really wished more was that, even if we had to go into the neighborhoods and find out and ask people what they really want, instead of just asking, I saw the master plan and it shows organizations and nonprofits and so forth. But, get down to the neighborhood and ask them, what is it that you guys really want? What's going to change your life? I think that was kind of a little bit left out on the last one. But other than that, I think we have an awesome comprehensive plan. I don't think we follow it all the time, and we don't look at it all the time, but it's there, and it's a guide. It's a guide for us to follow, and I thank you for coming on board, and I trust you guys will do a good job. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Ms. Cassandra?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Moving on to our next item, our consent agenda. If I may read the items into the record.
Yes, please.
Item number 1, request approval of MOU between the City of Las Vegas and Luna Community College. Item 2, request approval of MOU, Memorandum of Understanding between the City of Las Vegas and the Las Vegas Youth Soccer League. And item number 3, request approval of resolution number 2530 to apply for funding to the Water Trust Board for improvements to the wastewater collection, conveyance, and treatment facilities. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Casey?
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve the consent agenda as read into the record by our city clerk.
Thank you. I have a motion by Councilor Casey, a second by Councilman Olivari. Roll call.
Counselor Martinez?
Yes.
Counselor Olivari? Yes. Counselor Montoya?
Yes.
Counselor Casey?
Yes.
Have a motion by Counselor Casey, a second by Counselor Olivari. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Moving on to our next item, which will be executive session.
Mr. Mayor,
Mr.
if I could comment before you go into executive, I was just going to recommend and suggest that, given the number of people in the room, that if we could move executive to the executive office, as opposed to having everyone leave the room, if that's okay.
Okay, yes.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we convene into executive session in accordance with the Municipal Open Meetings Act and MSA 1978, Section 10-15-1, H2, limited personnel matters for the investigation or consideration of complaints on charges against any individual public employee, discussion regarding professional contracts for police chief and city clerk, and pursuant to NRSA 1978, Section Section 10-15-1D. Number 1, the council may convene in a closed session upon motion by any of the councilors in the majority vote of the council.
Second.
A motion by Councilor Casey, second by Councilman Martinez. Roll call.
Counselor Olivari?
Yes.
Counselor Casey?
Yes.
Counselor Montoya?
Yes.
Counselor Martinez?
Yes.
Have a motion by Counselor Casey, a second by Counselor Martinez. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Motion carries.
We'll be quick. Welcome. We apologize for taking a little longer than we expected, but this time I'll entertain a motion to return to regular session.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we return to regular session after having been in executive session for the purpose of discussing personnel matters pursuant to the New Mexico Open Meetings Act, NMSA 1978, Section 10-15-1, H2, and NMSA 1978, Section 10-15-1D, I.
Motion by Councilor Casey, second by Councilman Martinez. Roll call.
Counselor Montoya?
Yes.
Counselor Casey?
Yes.
Counselor Martinez?
Yes.
Counselor Olivetti? Have a motion by Counselor Casey, a second by Counselor Martinez. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Motion carries. Moving on to our executive session action items. Our first item, consideration to extend the professional contract for Caleb Marcus, Police Chief, through March 31st, 2026.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilor Casey.
I move that we extend the professional service contract for Caleb Marcus, Police Chief, through June 31st, 2027.
Mr. Mayor,
Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Mayor, there's 30 days in June. I would just point that out.
30 days in June.
June 30th, 2026.
A motion by
Well, we already passed that.
Hold on, Mr. Mayor.
Counsel.
Hold on. I think we have the same question. I think the motion was 27. So we're doing, it's to 2026, right?
June 26th already passed.
No. The year 2026. You said 2027. Just making sure. If 27 is fine too, but I just want to make sure.
motion by Councilor Casey, second by Councilman Montoya. Roll call.
Counselor Olivetti?
Yes.
Counselor Casey?
Yes.
Counselor Montoya?
Yes.
Counselor Martinez?
Yes.
Have a motion by Counselor Casey, a second by Counselor Montoya. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Motion carries. Second item, consideration to extend the professional contract for Cassandra Fresca, City Clerk, through March 31st, 2026.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we extend the professional service contract for Cassandra Fresco, City Clerk, through June 30th, 2026. And I'm sorry, but I have a fever, so I'm like.
Motion by Councilor Casey, second by Councilman Martinez.
Counselor Casey?
Yes.
Counselor Olivetti?
Yes.
Counselor Montoya?
Yes.
Counselor Martinez?
Yes.
Have a motion by Counselor Casey, a second by Counselor Martinez. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Motion carries.
Just want to thank you, councilors, and specifically thank you, Ms. Fresquez and Chief. This ensures a continuity, at least, through the next fiscal year, that, your leadership that you have provided in the times that you guys have served continues till at least the end of the fiscal year. We don't know what the future holds, but at least I'm, proud to say that we'll have a continuity till the end of the fiscal year. So thank
Appreciate
you,
that,
guys.
Mayor and Council. Thank you.
Next item.
Getting back to our business items. Business item number 1, conduct a public hearing and approval of an application for Restaurant A beer and wine only liquor license with on-premises consumption only. And I would ask,
So
this,
at this time, I'll ask that we enter into public hearing. Am I correct?
Mr. Mayor,
Councilman Montoya.
I'll move that we are going to public hearing, to conduct a public hearing on the application for Restaurant A, B, beer and wine only liquor license with on-premises consumption only.
Motion by Councilman Montoya. Do I have a
Second.
Second